Hi everyone. It's no secret that the standards of beauty have changed many times throughout human history. And today, people seem to have already reached the point where you can safely say everyone is beautiful in their own way. It's so cool that our world is so diverse. In today's video, we'll show you some examples of truly unique beauty. Let's get it on. Maria Oz. You've probably already noticed that models with non-conventional looks are very popular in the modern world. Technological advancement and the internet can give anyone a chance to become famous. Maria Oz, a Ukrainian Instagram model from Kiev, has used this chance. She has truly unique looks, and her most distinct feature is big, well, not just big, but enormous eyes. As Maria puts it, she inherited her features from her father and never did any surgery or use graphics software to enhance her eyes. Of course, in childhood, like most people with an unusual appearance, Maria was teased and bullied, but this did not affect the girl's self-esteem. In the future, she hopes to get into a model business, but so far, the casting agency told her she's not tall enough.
Get out of here, you're holding up my line.
However, it has not affected her popularity because she already has 111,000 followers on her Instagram account. People often compare Maria to cartoon characters, especially Japanese ones, where characters usually have large eyes, and perhaps this is a legit comparison. Do you agree? Harnaam Kaur. Do you think a beard is an exclusively male feature? Well, that is where you are wrong. Meet Harnaam Kaur, a young British model, one of the most famous bearded women in the world. Harnaam is 28 years old, but her facial hair started growing when she was only 12. At that time, she was diagnosed with a disease which causes an imbalance of hormones in the body. It didn't stop with a single beard though. Hair started to grow on Harnaam's arms and chest. At that time, the girl hadn't yet learned to accept herself. Harnaam was teased at school. Moreover, the girl even received several serious threats from anonymous users on the web. Harnaam was ashamed of her beard and tried to remove it by shaving, epilation, and other means, but nothing helped. It only got worse. In the end, though, the girl managed to accept herself and her uniqueness. Harnaam stopped fighting facial hair and began to care for it. She made her beard a part of her image, which might seem unusual or even slightly insane for someone, but it's still beautiful. Here is what Harnaam has to say about it. I've decided to keep my beard and step forward against society's expectations of what a woman should look like. Today I'm not suicidal and I don't self-harm. Today I am happy living as a young, beautiful, bearded woman. I've realized that this body is mine. I own it. I don't have any other body to live in, so I may as well love it unconditionally. Of course, Harnaam still has to put up with a number of drawbacks of her unusual looks. For example, she's often mistaken for a man and receives a lot of surprised looks. For a girl, however, her inner peace is far more important. It was not easy to achieve it, and Harnaam is not going to lose it anytime soon. Ea Östergren. Legs of any length are beautiful in their own way, but the body proportions of the Swedish model Ea Östergren are simply mind-blowing. She is 178 centimeters tall, and her legs are 108 centimeters long. Could you imagine that? When she was a kid, Ea was tall and slim, and even then, her long legs attracted everyone's attention. Of course, as is always the case with teens, Ea was teased for being different. Sometimes the girl was even bullied. It was not easy to handle this attitude. Ultimately, the psychological pressure even led to depression. However, later Ea admitted that despite everything she's been through, she continued to love herself and her body, even in the most difficult moments. One day, she firmly decided to work on her body and improve what nature gave her, making it a benefit rather than a disadvantage. And she was successful in that. The unique physique and determination of the girl paid off. The gym, Instagram, regular posts, followers, thanks to the popularity gained in social networks, Ea has built quite a successful model career. She has no contracts with major model agencies so far, but do you really need them if you have the internet? Of course, she has to deal with hateful comments. Some people support certain standards of beauty and don't understand how such long legs could seem attractive to someone, but Ea just ignores the haters. She's confident, she loves her body and what she does. Nastia Zhitkova. Albinos have arguably the most unique looks, and Nastia Zhidkova from Moscow proves this point. She is an albino with snow-white hair, eyebrows, and eyelashes. She also has eyes with an absolutely incredible color. Nastia works in Japan and sincerely loves this country, studies the language, shares photos in the Japanese style, and at the same time, the girl has a law degree. The extraordinary looks that set her apart from the rest helped Nastia become successful. The most famous magazines are dying to get her pictures. Of course, being an albino has some negative consequences for her health. For example, she has poor eyesight, so she has to wear lenses, and her skin is very sensitive to sunlight and requires a lot of sunscreen. Even in winter, the girl can be burned by the bright sun, but despite this, Nastia enjoys her life. Nikia Phoenix. Do you think freckles are not particularly beautiful, and that only fair-skinned and red-haired people have them? Well, think again. Nikia Phoenix from the US is different from almost all of her modeling business colleagues. Natural dark hair, dark skin, and large bright freckles, which almost covered the entire body of the girl, made her famous. Hardly anyone would call Nikia ugly. It all began almost like in a fairy tale. A rather unusual girl was soon noticed by one of the employees of the alternative apparel company, which designs fashionable clothes. It happened in one of the small cafes in Los Angeles, where Phoenix went to get a cup of coffee. Yes, an ordinary cup of coffee can change your whole life for the better. Of course, in childhood, long before the beginning of a modeling career, Nikia was bullied by her peers. Thankfully, this didn't affect the girl's self-esteem. She feels confidence in front of the camera and has no trouble communicating with people. Today, Nikia is working on her career, and we just want to say, don't say no to a cup of coffee. Looks like this drink can work wonders. Slick Woods. A model named Slick Woods is only 22 years old, and she's a real sensation of the fashion industry. Woods is completely different from the girls you expect to see on the catwalk or on the cover of the fashion magazines. She has a very short haircut and gapped teeth. In her childhood, Woods was teased because of the way she looks, and besides, she was born in a poor family and had to work her way up from the very bottom. She had to endure a lot in her life: poverty, imprisonment, prohibited substances. She was accused of fraud with bank cards and petty fraud. But after Woods got into the world of fashion, she quickly made her way to the top. Not without the help of celebrities like Rihanna though. Woods and Rihanna are very close friends, and Woods really appreciates her help. To understand this, just look at this Instagram post and read her message. My mum called me today and I told her she's the definition of beauty. Thank you, Rai Rai, for changing the game, reminding every little black girl she is and came from royalty, and that women are beautiful in their own damn way. Liza Ostanina. You've probably already realized that non-conventional beauty is really taking the world by storm. See for yourself. A Russian girl, Liza Ostanina from Nizhny Novgorod, didn't believe she could ever become a model because her appearance doesn't fit the classical standards of beauty. She had no big eyes, no round face, or a nice-looking nose. However, at the age of 15, the girl went to Japan to pursue her modeling career. The girl even had to quit school because constant travels left no time for studying. One should say that not only Liza herself, even the experts of the fashion world were quite skeptical about her future in this industry. They believed that the girl was only good for a catwalk, but they were wrong. Today, Liza regularly takes part in commercial shootings and appears on the covers of the fashion magazines. Her photos have already been featured in Vogue Italy, Numero, Interview, and Harper's Bazaar. She has thousands of followers on Instagram too. Duckie Thot. When you first look at Duckie Thot, you might think that she's some kind of doll because she looks so perfect. Smooth skin, ideal face, silky hair, she does look like a doll. However, this is a real person. Duckie is from South Sudan, but she was born and raised in Melbourne, Australia. She has 7 brothers and sisters, and her real name, Nyadak, turned out to be so difficult for her classmates that they gave the girl the nickname Duckie. It may seem offensive to someone, but not to Duckie, who seems to enjoy her new name. Now she uses it as a pseudonym. Duckie Thot gained popularity by taking part part in Australia's Next Top Model show, and the girl, of course, was immediately noticed. As it often happens, beauty and fame go hand in hand with facing a lot of assaults and insults on social networks, and not everyone can cope with this. But in the end, Duckie is more than capable to handle all the hate. Today, she's a successful model who collaborates with many prominent brands. Some compare her to Naomi Campbell. Others say that Duckie is an exact copy of Rihanna in her youth. What do you think? Psst, dude, are you looking for new technologies and great gadgets? Are your thoughts focused on the future? Do you love huge vehicles and can't imagine your life without robots around you? Then visit TechZone and you'll find all this and more. The link is in the description. You interested? Great.